What you should do before you decide which contractor you hire. I already told you the characteristics of good contractors. You have to confirm the person you're about to hire has that kind of characteristics. You set the standard up front. You never compromise. Once you hire a bad contractor and see lots of problems, it's too late. That's why you have to do very strong, strict pre-screening process for those candidates. I understand your feeling. You want to start the project as soon as you buy property. I understand that. But keep in mind, once you have the bad contractor, you're going to cost more time, cost more money, take more time. Therefore, you have to be careful to choose one good contractor. Pre-screen starts from the time they call you. You have to check how they talk, what they talk. They're going to keep the time to meet you, the time to call you. Their way of talking is very respectful, polite, or professional. From the time you start contacting them, your pre-screen starts. Basically, you have to check three things: the level of skills, human character, and financial situations. Depending on the area or depending on the property, but usually we need a certain level of quality of work to finish the project as soon as possible. You have to visit at least one, maybe two project sites they're working right now. You have to check what kind of people are working, okay, how they're working. Okay, project site is organized, their car is organized. You can see so many things by one visit. Also, you can contact with other investors who are using them. Okay, you can get some feedback from those people who are using those contractors. Of course, you can get the referral from those contractors. Okay, visit or call the clients who used them in the past. Then you can get some feedback. My important question is, do you want to use them again? That's a crucial question. If they say no, you never use it. Also, from the time you contact with them, your screening started. If they feel some arrogance in their talk, unrespectful way of talking, eventually, sooner or later, they're going to betray you. They're going to start doing something wrong. Okay? Therefore, this is a people's business. Okay? You are using those contracts as a kind of partner. Maybe if they're a good contractor, you want to use them again. Therefore, you try to build a relationship, partnership. If they feel in that way, they should have more polite and then respectful and a professional attitude to you. If you feel something bad, you never use it. You have to ask their financial situation, okay, without any hesitations. You have money. You have your own money to start the project. Do you have money? Do you have some fund to start this project by yourself? Even I don't give you money, can you do it? If they say yes, great. If they say no, obviously they're broke. They don't have any money. These people, usually they're going to ask you money very often. Even they did some work, they're going to ask you to pay me. Even they agreed, okay, certain way to get payment, but they're going to ask you more money, more money. And they cannot calculate budget. Then eventually they're going to ask you more money to complete the project. This happens all the time. Therefore, you have to ask financial questions up front. Then I will list the questions you should ask the contractor in the description. As I said in the beginning, you set up the standard in the beginning clearly. Okay? If you compromise once, you're going to start compromising over and over again. You're going to start accepting their request more and more. Therefore, you never compromise this standard. For example, how to pay. This is most important. They are working for you to get paid for profit. You have to tell them clearly how you're going to pay them. Of course, you can say, I love to pay you, but there are certain ways to pay. First of all, you never pay up front. Maybe you can give some money or you can buy some materials up front, but you never give such a big amount of money before they start working. You're going to start paying every 1 week, every 2 weeks, or this is something you have to agree with them, or you're going to pay after you finish a certain level of the work. This is something you're going to agree with them. Okay? Contractor have to agree with how you're gonna pay. Then you're gonna keep 20 or 30% of the budget until the whole project is totally finished. Also, you can keep some money, very little amount of money, even project is completely finished. Usually when you sell the house, usually inspector comes. Inspector pointed out several issues to be fixed. Then contractor should take responsibility to finish everything. Then if you sell, you can pay the last small amount of payment. This is how I'm paying to the general contractors. Also, you have to emphasize contractor take full responsibility for this project from the beginning until the end. Until the end means until this property is sold. In the beginning means they're gonna start getting the permit from themselves. Sometimes, contractor doesn't know how to get the permit. They don't have any contact with the architect. This is something wrong in the beginning. You have to emphasize to get the permit from the time to get the permit until the end, until the property is sold. Contractor have to take full responsibility. Means they're gonna take some responsibility to calculate the budget. Each steps, how much they can spend for what. Then they can manage the project. You can control the crew. They have to finish the project as soon as possible. And the communication and report is also very important. I always asking the contractor to give me the report with the pictures to show me what you have done today. Otherwise, they don't give you any report. Once a week is too small. Maybe you should call. If they don't give you a report, you should call every day. You should simply ask what you have done today. What you have done today. Otherwise, you don't know what's happened through the week, and then you're gonna pay as you promised every week, every other week. Is too much. You have to ask them to give a report every day. If you set that kind of standard, if you ask those questions, if you go to the project site and see how they're working, other people's are working, if you contact with the referrals, the references, then get some feedback from those people, then you can choose a good contractor. If you take some time and do this work, pre-screening process, I believe you can get a good contractor and your project will be successful.